Peace and love. Welcome to Monday's Poems. I'm Golden Goddess, and today we will be serving purpose by helping others speak their piece. So stay tuned and hear this fresh spoken word created between the artist and the community. Peace and love, everybody. I'm Golden Goddess, and today I have the lovely Jamilia Wright with me. So we're going to break into a little music, a little poetry, as well as a little conversation. We appreciate you guys for definitely tuning in with us and just rocking out with us. So, further ado, I won't hold us up. Let's get on into it. Let's start off with our affirmations. Just for today, I am at peace. Just for today, I am whole. Just for today, I am aligned with God's will and God's word. Just for today, I am grateful for my many favors. Just for today, I practice love and kindness for myself, others, and every living thing. Just for today, I will not worry. And just for today, I'm grateful. Miss Jamilia, do you have anything you want to add?
God is phenomenal in my everything.
Inshallah, inshallah. Alrighty. So you guys heard her. God is phenomenal in everything. And just for today, we're not worrying. We also grateful. Let's go ahead and get into the conversation part about it. So Miss Jamilia, I learned that you are a part of neurological music therapy. What is that, and how did that even come about for you?
For me, it came about because at an early age, I started having seizures.
Okay.
About the age of 9. And it's trauma. I hit my head on a sewer tile, and I broke my collarbone.
Mm-hmm.
And it caused me vision problems, and just in my neurological functions. But I love music.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sing because I'd have to sit by myself because everything just made me so anxious all the time. And then when I was in my early 20s, I became a CNA at a Drake Center.
Okay.
And they had music therapy. And it was a woman that walked around with a guitar all the time. This was way before I could even play.
Okay. Shout out to that woman, by the way.
Yes, yes, because I always have loved guitars. I love string instruments. When I was 16, I taught myself how to play piano.
That's pretty dope.
Yes, especially because of these seizures. I had to make sure both sides was functioning. If one side is too slow, I know I need to go to the doctor, or I need something. And as I got older, it was either something I was eating or something I wasn't eating, not enough water in my diet, things like that.
Okay.
But this neurological music therapy is something that I've invested most of my life in, even before it got to that point.
Now that's pretty interesting. I've never heard of it until I actually started to figure out a little bit about your background and learn about you, and I think that's what a lot of people actually can heal from, because we know music is definitely healing. Plants have shown it in different scientific studies, but also think about when you listen to music. So if you're listening to hip hop, that's getting you excited. Other feelings can come with it, but if you're listening to something like jazz, you more so soothe, or you got some jazz out there that get you in the groove too. But I think it's amazing that music can be transparent that way. And in its own way, it's speaking its own language too. But that's pretty dope. So, what are some of your favorite pieces that you've created?
The number one piece of all times, I created for a stage play in 2016. It's called Believe in Yourself.
Okay.
And it's basically about every moment in life somebody made you feel like a failure. If you can't believe in nothing else, you got to believe in you if you want to move forward. And I thought about, I had lost some family members that year.
Mm-hmm. Past, nobody lost.
Yes,
They
past.
always existed.
You're right, you're right. I had family members that passed that year. It was a very trying year. And then the play was on 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was in the military, so he was to go, we like, what was going on? So, this piece is one that it feeds to my soul. So I know there's something more, always. There's something more inside of me, and there's something more that God has for me versus let me figure out how to end it or let me quit. I'm can't quit on God.
No, not at all. You'll find that when you try to do that, your purpose always come back around, and there's always somebody or something that is there to help you. I think a lot of us, that sometimes we feel like we're alone, but isolation is not separation.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's needed in order to grow.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. So you are one of the only people that I know that have hit a brick wall and actually won. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I was on my way home from work, and I stopped at Wendy's. to
Talk
get
about
some
the food you're not supposed to be eating.
The food, definitely. And literally the food you're not supposed to be eating. I went to, long story short, I was in the car. I put it in reverse. And when I went to go turn my wheel to the right or left, I can't remember at this point, the car, like, it throttled. It just, after I hit drive to pull off, it took over, like, and the wheel kept, like, I couldn't turn it back this way, like it was like, oh my God. And all I saw was this wall coming. And there was nothing I could do. And I remember, because I couldn't turn the wheel, I put my hands in my lap. And I started praying, like, well, if this is it, because that wall was coming really fast. So I was like, all right, God, I hear you. Hit, airbag didn't deploy.
What?
Seatbelt on me, but the airbag didn't deploy. And my back took all of it, fractured my spine. I didn't know that for 4 months after my right leg had been completely numb. I was walking on it like a still. That's why I said sometimes I have to use canes. But I do a lot of robotic therapy, yoga, whatever, mindfulness, peace, grounding. And this thing right here is a drum. And if you beat it just right, who's gonna stop you?
That's the part right there. That's the part right there. You can't stop a beat from beating.
Exactly.
And it's that deep.
Exactly.
Inshallah. Well, we appreciate you for sharing your story. Is there anything you want to let the people know, or anything you want to leave on their minds?
That we really can't control anything. But if you pray that and have faith, whether it's very little or a lot, you will get very far. And your faith has to be directed toward the right energies.
Yeah, from the grave, my father told me, what you focus on is what you attract to.
Exactly.
So, as we spoke earlier, faith of a mustard seed, that's definitely something that's bigger than all them pumpkin seeds, the watermelon seeds.
Yes.
Sometimes they can be the shell, but
Yes.
is it filled up? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah. Well, we definitely appreciate your input. You guys stay tuned.
I'd always give my all and all. No one would ever appreciate it. No. My life, I love, and all the strength from above. No one would ever celebrate it. Where is my brain? I'm going insane, and no one could ever take it. You gotta believe in yourself when nobody sees you. You gotta know your worth. Yes, priceless.
Definitely, 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 definitely love that. Peace and love, everybody. I'm Golden Goddess, and today I'm here with KWayy. We are going to break into another special where we are going to do some poetry, do a little music, and also have a little conversation. So, you already joined us for our affirmations. Let's go ahead and get started into the conversation. So, KWayy, how you doing today?
I am doing swell, very swell.
Okay. So I had you prepare a poem for us. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the poem that I'm going to be doing is called Move. And it's basically talking about the move of God in many different aspects, but just mainly being like a willing vessel for God to move through you.
Inshallah, that sounds beautiful. Okay. Now, how long is the poem? You got some poets that go hours, but you got some poets that's like just a minute. That's all you need.
Right. So I would say it's probably about like a minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
It might be just a little bit longer, because you are adding the music with it. You kind of got to feel and space,
Indeed.
a little room to breathe and stuff. But it's probably about like a minute and 30 seconds. No more than 2 minutes, I'll say that for sure though.
So you gave us a little backhand about move and its meaning. When you wrote it, what was the creative process like?
So it was the summer of 2019, and I was down in New Prospect, around the corner, and we were doing like a summer program. My group was kind of a part of this like summer program, and I believe they had like different forms of art. So they had like dance, poems,
That's
poetry,
dope.
and all that stuff like that. And so, whenever I write poetry in general, I try to challenge myself and write about something that I never wrote about before.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, I just kind of just started writing. Like, I guess I picked a topic and just started kind of flowing. You know how to go.
God was moving.
Right, he was. But I think with that, I really did try to challenge myself to write about something that I never wrote about and write from like a different perspective.
Okay. I know myself when I dabbled into poetry and artistry, there was a second where I was doing it myself. Okay, I'm usually known as a neo-soul, R&B type artist, but I wanted to create something that was a little flow to it,
Yeah.
dance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be one of the songs that a lot of people actually love. So whenever I performed it, like, you doing that one? Sure, I got you.
Right.
But I think that's pretty dope. So tell the people a little bit about who you are.
This is always a hard question.
I get it. It's like writing your own autobiography.
Right, and like the elevator pitch too. About 30 seconds. But no, my name is Kaylin. That's my real name. But most people call me KWayy, which basically means K-Way, or in a sense, God's way. Because ultimately it's never about me. It's about God and what glorifies God. Yeah, 21 years old, I do music, and I say do as in D-U-E because it's time to get on it and actually produce it, so it's always like kind of like a due date with me for music. But I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, poet, whatever you want to consider me. But no, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're doing good. I like to break down the do because that's different.
Yeah.
It's deep.
But that's who I am. I'm kind of like this triple threat person. I have my hands in like a lot of different things. But ultimately, it's all about being who God has called me to be. And that's really my brand, really royalty of just promoting, or speaking to kids, people who are younger than me, even people who are older than me, to just be themselves, follow their dreams, follow their passions, and do it the way that God intends them to do. Ultimately, like, it's gonna be a lot bit easier, if you follow God's plan. You know what I'm saying? You try to do your own thing, gonna be ended up somewhere. So
I'm happy you said that. So speaking of, you try to go your own way. It sounds like you're speaking from experience. What's some things that some lessons that you've learned? Go ahead. We got time. We got space.
Okay, I found that when you do things your own way, you'll make a lot of mistakes. You can grow from those mistakes, but in certain things I kind of reflect like, dang, I wish I would have went a different way, or I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have done this and I would have saved myself the heartache, or I would have saved myself a little bit of money. So when you do things God's way, everything just kind of lines up for you and falls into place. All you have to do is show up. And I know y'all were talking about like having a mustard seed size of faith. And so when half the battle, you know, when you're trying to accomplish something or just anything in general, is just showing up. Once you show up, like everything else will just fall into place. So that's one thing that I've learned. Like, you work 10 times harder trying to put things together when God's like already got it figured out for you. You know what I'm saying? Just show up on time, dress, prepare, you know, and whatever that may look like, it's just acknowledging the fact that God has it under control. Like, okay, God, I'm here. What you need me to do, or what you want me to do.
And that's the biggest part right there.
Right.
I tell people all the time, one, catch yourself, and half the battle is just getting there. Like she was saying, when you get there, the rest of it's already smoothed out for you. I think that's perfect. I'm happy that you actually shared that with us. A lot of people, I feel, need to hear this. We go through our everyday lives and we think, oh, this is just simple. Oh, this is just what I tell myself. But you got people out here that never heard these words before. And so when you come across them and say, oh, you're an inspiration, thank you, but I'm just serving purpose. What I learned in my life along my journey, everything is for the kingdom. You strengthen the kingdom, you strengthen the people that's in the kingdom and everything that come with it. So it's like, we can look at, you know, the wars that we got going on. We can look at our own internal wars that we got going on. But when you step outside yourself and you think about it, like, what am I really doing this for? Why did I choose to come back? That's a whole other topic, but why did I choose to come back, you know? And you think about it. For me, it's peace and love and to make sure that the kingdom prevails. What I want you guys to do that's at home watching this is ask yourself these questions if you haven't. If you have, revisit them. You'll be shocked to find that you got different purposes, different whys, but they all in alignment for you at that moment or for where you're going. So, getting back on topic, although we never fell off.
Right, exactly.
Right. With that being said, appreciate you spending time here on the show. We definitely look forward to hearing your piece. Is there anything that you want to say to the people or you want to leave them with to think about or just, you know?
Yeah, thank you for having me too. It's a joy and an honor to be here, and I'm very excited to see what's going to become about this. But one thing that I would say, as you were talking, I wanted to say patience is the greatest virtue. A lot of times, like as we're on this topic, a lot of times we try to rush things, and it's like you still have to get through doing whatever task that you have to do. So it's better just to have patience and just allow things to work themselves out and allow yourself to feel each and every moment or each and every corner of, you know, what you're going through, whether it's like a good thing or like, I say whether it's like a high time or a low time. You know, allow yourself to just kind of actively feel and be present of what you're going through and just have patience through it all because you have to get through it. And you'd rather get through it reaping the full benefits than like cutting corners and you can't get what you were supposed to get out of it to begin with. So
right fruit, nevertheless.
Right, right.
You
So
no
that
fruit.
Right labor.
Yeah, you don't want to eat no fruit before it's time or after
Right.
it's time. So you want it just right. What I heard from you was the message of endure. The message of gratitude is the attitude. That right there is so sweet. Listen, it'd be some things that just be like, if I didn't have gratitude, my character would have been way from what it really is, or outcomes would have been different. I wouldn't have learned patience. I wouldn't have even gave others the benefit of patience. You know, so it's really deep. But that has been our time with Miss KWayy. We are going to go ahead and shoot to the segment of now listening to the poems and the smooth sounds of Miss Jamilia Wright. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next portion.
one position to another. Free me from my chains and every weight that smothers. I'm trying to go up, up. I mean like higher. I need to move like no, I really want to be close to you. By your will, by your way, wherever you lead me, I won't fret nor stray. But by the presence of your move, you never invade my space. So I invite you in. I want to move the same exact way I did the last time I let you in. You know that side to side sway, that half before heart smile that I held on my face. You're my go-to place. You're like a paradise when I need to get away. Sun always shining, and some days I get some rain. See, he only do that when he needs something to grow. That kind of weather brings forth maturity. He's clearing out the odor, renewing souls to bring forth purity. They say the prayers of the righteous develop much, so when you do this, give him your whole heart so you won't be stuck. See, I need a move, the kind of move that brings spiritually fed food, feasting on living word and reaping fresh fruit. Cut the feud, up the mood, and get ready for this move, because when he comes, it's no stopping his moves. He's the king that's coming to save. It could be in an hour or 20 years from today. Nobody has a clue, signed or wonder for that day, but Yahweh, I need a move. See, I lost touch with my groove. I just want a two-step like we used to do. You know, you speak, I repeat, it's people clapping and stumping their feet. I just hope that they understand that it's you and not me. Because it was only time for a move, and it was only one that you could ever do. I'm just a carrier, you can check my labor by its fruits, and I sometimes rush to fill that move, but see, growth ain't got no movement. Sorry, class is still a session, I'll forever be a student. Because seeds grow without sound and trees fall with a big noise, and we never know how our smallest impacts can feel our biggest voids.
So starting off, everybody, you guys want to just go ahead and place your hands like this on your thighs, or you can either keep your palms faced up on your thighs. Next, we are going to try breathing in for either count to 20 or either count to 10. It's whatever you're able to do. Then you're going to hold for 4, and then you're going to release, whether you did that 10 or that 20, okay? So everybody, let's just do a practice one. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Release. How that feel? A little lighter. Okay, okay. So now this the real one. Now I want you guys to challenge yourself if you guys did just do the 10. Let's push it to 15 or even 20. So everybody breathe in. Hold. Release. Y'all feel that? Awesome, awesome. That is something that I do before my shows or anything I'm about to be in camera with or anything that's major. There are good tips to make sure you stay centered. Those that have depression or anxiety, there are good things to also keep you guys cool, calm, and collected. The more and more you do it, the more and more centered you are, but the more and more in tune you are with your higher self as well. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with a prayer. One of y'all like to lead? If not, it's okay. I just figured I'd give y'all the seat. She do. It's like, here, preach, boy. No.
All right, I'm waiting on it.
So, with that being said, y'all can bow your heads, you can close your eyes, or you can keep them open. It's up to you. But we're going to go ahead and get started. First off, I want to say thank you for even making this possible. Thank you for giving me the thought, but also giving us the willpower to execute what it is that is our purpose and in accord with your will and your word. Thank you for your grace and your mercy over us, but also your protection and your guidance. Thank you for keeping us in accord with your will and your word, fulfilling our heart's desires, and even when we don't keep ourselves, we thank you for continuing to keep us. Now, we don't know where this is going to go. We don't know who we will reach, but we ask that everyone that's listening and everyone that's watching, you do touch their heart, and that they strengthen their relationship with you, as well as strengthen their relationship with knowing themselves as well. Thank you for everything that you gifted us with, and thank you for everything that you will continue to gift us with. Thank you for the lessons, the blessings, as well as all of the things that the naysayers tried to say to us. Thank you for always protecting us, guiding us, and providing for us. In your name we praise with gratitude, peace, love, and light. To God be the glory in everything we do. Amen. Thank you guys for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you guys next show. Stay tuned. Peace, love, and light.